Speaking of Rumble in the Jungle, I have no transition for this one.
That's all right.
Um, Bruce Lee, Rock Lee, The Rock. I got nothing.
Oh yeah,
Jumanji.
yes,
Daniel finally watched the Jumanji remake.
yes, yeah. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, which is I don't know if it would you call if we call it a remake or like a sequel slash soft reboot something.
I would say
Um,
soft reboot because you could totally believe that this isn't the same continuity as the first one, since they do
yeah,
find the board game.
yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Um, but yeah, so this movie is currently on Netflix. And last I checked, it was number two on the most watched
Yeah.
things on titles
Uh,
on there.
Man, speaking of Netflix jungle movies, I tried to watch the Anaconda remake in about a half hour, and I basically concluded this isn't funny and this is too ironic.
Yeah,
It actually really felt like they were trying to do to Anaconda what Jumanji did to Jumanji.
yeah, and it didn't quite work.
No,
And yeah,
which is weird because they even had Jack Black in both of them.
yeah. And Arco says he only watched it for Karen Gillian. I have no shame or regret. Don't have any shame or regrets on that. No,
No,
I don't blame you
you,
there.
you get to see her with her hair and no blue makeup.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So I finally got around to watching this movie because my parents have been bugging me for years to watch it.
And anytime it came up, I was telling you to watch it.
Right. Yeah. And I want to mention real quick that whenever my parents mention this movie, the one person they always bring up is Kevin Hart. Like they loved Kevin Hart in this movie, and we'll see, he's funny. He's really good in this. Actually, I would say the whole cast was really good in this. Um,
Because if you asked me who I would remember, I would think of Jack Black for his performance.
right, yeah, and he was funny too. But yeah, so Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah, the movie opens up where the I guess this guy who's a dad, he finds a board game on the beach, and this Jumanji board game, and he gives it to his son who's a teenager, and his son's like, oh, nobody plays board games anymore. And then he goes and plays his PS1, and then the board game evolves into like a kind of like a Atari 2600 console. And then the kid gets sucked into the game, and then we flash forward to modern time, and we've got a cast of teenagers, high schoolers. You've got Spencer, who is he's the nerdy guy, um, and he has like a lot of allergies and health stuff. I mean, he literally puts Purell on his neck like cologne, like. uh, and then you've also got Fridge, which is obviously a nickname because he's a football player. Which it's a little weird. They call him Fridge because I mean I assume it's because he's a big guy. But for those of you who don't know, there was a football player named whose nickname was the Fridge. What was it? William Michael? Was it what? God, Refrigerator Dean Perry. They called him the Fridge. He played for the Chicago Bears. He was on their Super Bowl team.
Okay, yeah, looking at a picture of him, dude
Yeah,
is built like a refrigerator. Yeesh.
he was a big guy. God, I want to say he was like 400 pounds.
I would believe it. Give me a second. I'll find a picture for the nice folks at home.
Yeah, because he was a big guy, and he was like or maybe like 300, 350. They actually
Uh,
used him. They'd use him as a running back on some plays, like short yardage plays.
uh,
Uh,
uh, I'm guessing this one must have been later on in his career.
oh yeah. It was after. Oh yeah, that was like in '90s. Yeah,
Yep.
but yeah. But anyway, to get back to the movie, so you got Fridge, and he's the football player, but he's having Spencer doing his homework for him. Um, and then you've also got Bethany, she's the popular girl who's very self-absorbed and is constantly on Instagram or wherever. And then last but not least, it's Martha, who's the kind of awkward, shy, nerdy girl, and it took me a while before I realized it's basically the Breakfast Club. It's the Breakfast Club archetypes.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that before, but you're right.
Yeah. The only difference is there was no they don't have the punk kid in there, the ne'er-do-well. But
Well,
yeah.
I guess you could argue he was already sucked into the game.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You're right. He was. Yeah. Yeah. So they so the four kids, long story short, they all get attention for different reasons. And then they find the Jumanji console, and then they all get sucked into the game. And of course, they're all in the different avatars. So like Spencer is in Dwayne Johnson's body, Fridge is in Kevin Hart's body, Martha is in Karen Gillian's body, and then the teenage girl Bethany is in Jack Black.
Yeah, and Jack Black pretending to be a teenage girl, much less a stuck-up teenage girl, is one of the highlights of this movie.
Oh yeah, I like can't even with this place.
Oh, and just to clarify, so in much the same way that in the original Jumanji movie, people would be sucked into this jungle world via the board game.
Yeah.
In this one, it's video gamified.
Right. Yeah. They all have 3 lives that they're tattooed bars on their wrists. They all have their different skills, their strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And so like Dwayne Johnson is he's really strong and brave, and does the smolder, he does that rock smolder, and he doesn't have any weaknesses at all. and Kevin Hart, he's like he's the weapons guy, so he walks around with the gun bag, and he's also like a zoologist, so he sees an animal and he knows everything about the animal. But he's not fast, he's not strong, and he can't eat cake.
Yeah, like that's one of his weaknesses, cake.
Yeah, and then in Carrie Gillian's, she's her big strength is dance fighting, which is used to great effect in the movie.
Yep.
And then Jack Black he's the cartographer, so he's the only one who can read the map that they have. And so they get the whole backstory of the game, where the villain is looking for the Jumanji gem, and
this is not something that was pulled from the 90s movie. This is just like their own fan fiction.
Right. Yeah. It's completely, completely made up. And what was funny was they have one of the NPCs is telling them the backstory, and then it has cut, like, what the heck's going on here? Oh, it's a cut scene like in a video game. It gives you the backstory.
Yep.
Yeah, so the bad guy, I can't remember what his name was. He's really not in it very much.
No, I mean he's like a classic video game villain who is really just like the excuse for the game to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his name was Van Pelt, and he's played by that's right. I thought I recognized, but he looked familiar. Bobby Cannavale plays him. He's been in he's one of these character actors who's been in all kinds of movies. He was in that one movie with God, what's his name? The comedian, the bald guy with the New York accent. He was in The Mandalorian.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. I can see his face.
I know the one you mean. The guy who did that Dad's movie we watched a while back, who I haven't thought about in years.
Yeah, what's it? I always have a hard time remembering his name. Doesn't matter. Somebody will Bill Burr. Thank you, Arcos. Bill Burr. That's why I can never remember. It's a very generic name.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's the villain, and he wants the gem, the Jumanji gem, so that he can control the jungle and control all the animals. And he does have that ability to control animals. And apparently, I guess in part of the backstory, he was like the Dwayne Johnson's character, like they were like partners, but then they, he betrayed him and all that stuff. But yeah, so basically that part of it isn't really important. What is important is just that our 4 teenagers who are in these avatars have to complete the game. before they run out of lives. And yeah. And of course, along the way, that's when they meet the guy who did get sucked into the game, Alex, who was played by one of the Jonas Brothers.
Okay, I thought he looked vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
/ too handsome.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have all the character interactions where like Spencer and Martha, obviously have a thing for each other, and then
Right, in their own awkward, nerdy way, even as The Rock pretending to be a teenage nerd.
And Karen and Gillian pretending to be a teenage nerd, and then of course you got Jack Black, Bethany, he starts to really like Alex, which just makes everything real awkward and
to put it mildly.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is I enjoyed this movie. It's it's fun, it's funny, and I like the action sequences were decent. The character the chemistry between the characters was really good, and yes, Kevin Hart is very funny.
Right, because he is able to play he has the soul of a tall man and the body of a comically short man.
Right. Yeah. I did like that one scene where they're all like the Alex makes them all margaritas because that's one of his skills is making margaritas, and then they're all drinking them like and he's like, "Hey man, can I get another one?" It's like, of course, the jock, who's probably been to his fair share of house parties, he can drink he can slam a few margaritas.
Yeah. Yep, makes perfect sense.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed this movie a lot. I liked it better than the Robin Williams one.
Yeah. Now, I think this is one of those funny movies where if it had come out today, I think that people would have just called it cringe.
Yeah, probably.
Because for some reason, the video game styling in this one worked really well in its favor, but it absolutely did not in the case of, what do you call it? New Guy or Spare Guy or
a Save Guy or the Ryan Reynolds movie. Yeah.
Like
Free
that
Guy.
movie just Free Guy. That's it.
Yeah,
that movie just did not work for me for whatever reason. But I guess that actually you could argue that this is the first really successful video game movie of like the recent era.
Yeah,
it's only like video game movie if you kind of squint at it, but still it
right. Yeah, it
is about video gaming.
Right, it's about video gaming. Yeah. The other thing I want to mention real quick too is the actor who plays the dad of the kid that got the first kid that gets sucked into the game, Alex's dad. He's played by Tim Matheson, who was Otter from Animal House.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought he was the kid from the first Jumanji movie.
No.
I would have gone, whoa, I never knew that, but that's still cool.
Yeah, but yeah, but I mean, I really had a hard time picturing him as scary old man, because my first thought when I saw that was, wow, Otter's really fallen on hard times. I guess that gynecology practice in Beverly Hills didn't work out too well for him. And Arcos says, to be fair, the 90s movie treated the concept a lot more seriously. That's true. It did. Yeah, it was practically a horror movie for kids. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it.
Yeah.
I will say this one had a bit more of a through line, which was my personally my big complaint about the 90s one when we finally watched it was that like the 90s one was much meaner.
Mm. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, this one had this one was
it's
lot
much
better.
softer.
Yeah. It's softer. Yeah.
It's very fluffy.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if the second movie is any good or not.
I watched it in theaters and I enjoyed it well enough at the time. It does have Awkwafina in it, but I think it's the best I've seen. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to make the case for why Awkwafina was actually good in that movie.
Okay.
Because her character was Danny DeVito turned into Aquafina. So,
Okay.
so
Oh.
like Aquafina actually does have his voice and vocal tick on her own, actually, with her like put on black scent, right?
Oh,
So,
okay.
so it's actually like sensible casting.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, if that movie pops up anywhere, I'll give that a watch too.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as good, but it has like its strong points.
Okay. Yeah.